Good afternoon, everyone. This is Matt over at MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com. Today is Thursday, November 13th, and it's been an awesome week this week, and we want to thank everybody for their emails that we've been receiving from everybody watching the free videos. Twitter was big. We had PCLN, 2000%, Amazon, many others, WFM, CREE. And IBM's almost ready, but we'll go over those right now. But just to let everybody know, we're going to run a special until Sunday. If you sign up for a 1-year membership, we will automatically turn that into a lifetime membership. So make sure you join today, and you will get a lifetime membership for purchasing a 1-year membership. That's $580. That'll take you for a lifetime. And you'll probably make that next week without any issues, or if you do it today, we'll see you tomorrow in the chat room, and you'll probably make it tomorrow. All right, let's get right to it here. Twitter. Twitter didn't break the downtrend line like we were saying. There's going to be a lot of resistance in this area. So, it hit the middle Bollinger Band, and on top of that, it hit the downtrend line. Okay, so that was your exit because it didn't break through on volume. It was a beautiful move to the upside. It was down and up, and it did great for us from over here. If you were in the chat room, you caught the puts to the downside when Ripper called the exit this morning, and you could see it went really well. So right now we got a little bit of an issue. Nothing spectacular. Relative strength index is oversold, but let's check out what we got going on down on the lower end here. All right, so the lower end, if I run along the bottom of the candles, we did break this downtrend line, okay, which is not good. So what we want to do is to make sure this holds the support. If it doesn't hold the support, we're going to come down here to get this support. But remember, we're definitely oversold. The relative strength index is looking definitely rough in this position here, and that was a lot of selling that came into it today. So all this right here, these three candles that were buying, all was sold off just about all of it today. So I still like a few things on the chart, and I just want to, just mainly because it's oversold. So I do look for this to get filled right in this area, this gap, at some point, and it should on this next run up. We'll just have to see where this bottom is. Hopefully it'll hold this bottom where it is right now, have a double bottom on those two candles, and tomorrow we can go green and head up to the upside. It's definitely oversold on the hourly chart, so we'll have to see what happens from there. Amazon, what a trader. All right, the first round we made about 500% on the upside. Beautiful, came up and hit our target. Let's get rid of this for now, okay? Hit our target, created a double top, had a nice little sell-off. And I said this was going to be the support on this, so anywhere in this area after it dips down, you could probably purchase calls again. And sure enough, she exploded today, up another $5. Beautiful, right through the 50-day moving average. Looks like it's going higher. We're going to see if we can get this 100-day and the 200-day next. And Amazon we like for the long term. We got this gap up here we need to get filled at 357, and we are definitely on the path to that right now. Let's get rid of this. We don't need this right now. And we'll put this up here. Okay. So the trend is your friend until it's not. So right now we're still holding this trend line true, and we can get up to this area. That would be great. 360 would be super. It would be a nice little move. We have a relative strength index at 58, so let's look for the 200-day moving average first, and then get the pullback down to this support line and consolidate a little bit like it did on this little candle, and then we'll move back up to the upside. So keep an eye on this one. Amazon is still in play. All right, PCLN. After a $70, $80, $120 move from here to here, you can't beat a down day. All right, that was fine. You had one little down day right here, no big deal. Holding that bottom, holding that candle. The candle body was a little bit higher. What's that mean for tomorrow? Does that mean we're going to fill this gap tomorrow and weekly options are going to go absolutely bonkers? I don't know. You're going to have to join us in chat and hang out and see what happens and what we're going to play and what we're going to do. But PCLN has a gap to fill, and we are going to fill that gap. All gaps get filled. And I will give you an example of that right now. WFM. All right. This was fantastic for our members. We gave this to our members quite some time ago, and this is a nice consolidation area. I'm not sure if I gave it to the free people until whenever. But anyway, beautiful consolidation area, and then finally it just screamed to the upside. All right, there was some earnings that came out and they were very good, and it rocketed up. We got our gap closed, beautiful, but now we got another gap down here we have to keep an eye on. That's very important. We want to keep an eye on this gap right here because we are heading down. So we called puts. Guess what? The puts are starting to look a little bit better each day. Okay, so how much money are we going to make when it gets down to 43? Because that's our first target, the 200-day moving average. Then it's probably going to pop up, come back down again, but we'll manage that with you. All right, relative strength index has crossed with the moving average 5 and is heading down, and you can see the stochastics is starting to head down, and your derivative oscillator is still heading down too. So it's looking good for those December or late November puts. We'll have to see what happens. Cree, congratulations. Like I said on Monday, whoops, too many E's, but we'll take this. Like I said on Monday, we're going to get rocking, and all of a sudden, and then last night I told you that we were going to bust out very soon. You're going to get that one big candle and big volume spike, and we had that today. That we had a couple members 500 and 900% profit on the options. Congratulations, but we're not done. No, we're not. We do have this upper gap over here that we need to get filled at 39.78. This candle was a nice little sell-off today from a lot of these people that have been collecting, which is okay because they didn't get rid of everything. They're still holding some. So any dip on this, you get a double bottom right here at 33.47. That will be a purchase area for that. A couple people grabbed some puts today to play this down because it didn't hold the 50-day moving average. So anyway, between the middle Bollinger Band and this double bottom right here, you can buy some calls because it's going to be rocking to the upside, and we're going to get this gap. We get all gaps filled. That's just the way it goes with Milestone. All right, IBM. Whoops, IMB. Let's try that again. IBM. Last one for tonight. IBM's in consolidation still. You know, I've talked about this last week. So what we got to do, what is that? An alarm for a meeting. All right, anyway, you know, we get the 50-day coming. I mean, the middle Bollinger Band coming in right now. This thing is getting tight, and it's going to figure out it's going to go one way or the other. And to me personally, with the relative strength index at 31 and starting to turn up, and you get a little cross going on here at your stochastics, and you're on the upside of your derivative oscillator, now you could see that we're getting ready to bust out. Okay, so pretty soon it looks like we're going to move to the upside, get out of this box, and we're going to start heading up to this gap. We get a 180 target on that one, so keep an eye on IBM. All right, everyone. Members, we have a great video tonight. Some of our, about 6 of our gaps have been just about filled now, so the profit is going to be massive. We're going to cover all of those. And if you're not a member, make sure you join tonight. Remember, you'll get a lifetime membership if you buy the year. All right, if you purchase the yearly, you will get a lifetime membership, and that's it. There's enough information on the forum for you to make money in 1 week, 1 day. Live chat rocks. All right, everyone, have yourself a great night.